Hello everyone, my name is Watchmaker and welcome back to another I Don't Know Minecraft video. So in a recent episode of Hermitcraft, Impulse SV made himself something called a mud farm. Mud is super useful, not just because you can have the mud itself, but because you can pack it, make bricks out of it, make other stuff with those bricks, and also add some mangrove roots, or if you dry it, turn it into clay, which can then be turned into terracotta. And it's because of that a mud farm would be an awesome thing to add into my hardcore world, since I haven't found a source of any mud yet. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making a mud farm to see if we can copy it into our hardcore world at a later time. Okay, so I've got some materials and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I need to figure out is how to make it so that when I place a piece of dirt down, I have a piston that will push the dirt forward to then, I guess, be wet with a glass bottle to be turned into mud. So let's try to figure that out. We've got our piston here. If we put an observer here, and just do this, I think that's going to create an infinite loop. So we'll just put this down. And yeah, that's what that does. So that won't work. Do we need a way to stop it from doing that? Maybe. Is there something? Maybe I can do something with a repeater, because I know you can make repeaters stop other things from working. What if I just do something like this? And then, well, that'll make a loop as well. Well, let's just try it. The whole thing about doing I don't know Minecraft is that I don't know it. Okay, so that just makes it turn on forever. That doesn't work. What if we put the repeater right after it? And then we don't need these. Whoops. We put that down. So it still makes a loop. It looks like it just... Well, I slowed it down. Interesting. All right, well, let's turn that off and turn this off. Let me think about this a moment. Okay, so I figured something out. This seems to work pretty good. I put my dirt down here, and that causes the torch to power the dirt, which powers this comparator and this comparator, which pushes everything forward. So seems to work pretty nicely. It pushes everything pretty well. So part 2 now is going to be getting it to go from being pushed to being wet. And that is going to be a whole different story. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I started getting some results. I have right now the ability to wet the dirt. And it works pretty well sometimes. But the problem that I'm having is that this dispenser is dropping glass bottles through, which then move on to this dispenser, instead of picking up more water. So I have to figure out what exactly I need to do to fix that problem. Hold, please. Okay, wow, that took a while. I came up with something, though. It looks a little crazy, and the redstone probably could be simpler, but this is I Don't Know Minecraft, so I don't know what I'm doing, which means I'm gonna do it not as efficiently as it could be done. So let's look at what we did here. I basically made it so that when I place this dirt block down, it will complete a connection here, which will then send a redstone signal over here, which will fire this dispenser to turn the dirt into mud, and fire this dispenser, which will both fill the bottle and shoot the bottle up to refill the dispenser over here. Let's see how it works. See? And yeah, I could have made it so that it would have just like come up and kind of gone down, but I kind of liked the way that the bottle would fly up and fly over. So I left a little air gap there because I thought it was really cool. But yeah, it seems to work no matter what. So if I just go at full speed, it will make all of the mud that it possibly can. It'll push all of the blocks that it possibly can. And it will also keep everything entirely filled. So far, we've got ourselves the beginnings of a mud farm. And I think that's going good so far. So let's move on to the next part, which I guess is going to be pushing all of the mud over so that it will maybe keep some mud and then also have some clay that we can have drying out. I don't know. We'll see what we can come up with. All right. Hold, please. Okay, so I came up with something. It actually turned out to be a little bit simpler than I originally thought. Basically, all I did was I put an observer here that would connect to all of these target blocks. And the target blocks, I think, are what power the pistons. And then, so each time the observer notices a new mud block coming in, it causes all the pistons to fire, which isn't ideal because it's noisy. But I mean, for someone who doesn't know how to do redstone, this is a pretty compact pusher. So let's just see how it works for a second. And hopefully it works pretty well. Let's add everything in. We'll just hold the mouse button down for a little bit and see what happens. Right, it's consistently making mud, which is great. It means that my my bottle feeding system is working pretty well. And let's just stop right there. Okay, everything seems to be going well. And it is pushing. Wow, it almost got all the way to the end. I gotta get all the way to the end now, of course. I gotta get all the way to the end. That happened so fast. Okay, so that's as far as it can push. It'll stop itself at that point. And it's already making clay as well. Okay, so I didn't know I didn't know if that would work or not. So, and it looks like I can make one more bit here. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, so it looks like I made a fully functioning... Why is this all fired on right now? I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so it looks like I made a fully functioning mud and clay farm. So I made it so that these first three would be mud. And then I guess I could make it really quick so that the last three would be... Let's see if I can do it. Would be dripstone. Not dripstone. You know what I mean. It would be clay. Let's just fix that up really quick, because before I want to call this a success, I want it to be totally perfect. So we'll add those in. We'll add in all of the dripstone here. Just make our way back so that it doesn't get dark. Oop. And Now it's dark. Okay, so that's all of the dripstone now. And we're just going to close that up. It's making clay. That is so cool. All right, so now what happens? Let's just right. Hang on a second. We have to get rid of this last one. And then if we do that. All right, so this should fill the last row. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so I think I can call this a success. I made a fully functioning mud farm that can also be kind of toggleable into a clay farm as well. That's absolutely amazing, and I'm really stunned that I managed to figure it out. That's so cool. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for dropping in today and checking out this YouTube video. I am really proud of this wonky looking machine behind me, and I hope that I can add it into my hardcore world real soon. But until then, thank you once again for watching me. If you liked this video, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you really liked this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I will see everybody next time. Bye.